Started. So, welcome to Overwatch and welcome to Coaching the Many. Chat is busy talking about Bayonetta because we were just talking about Bayonetta in the pre-show, but hey. Oh yeah, we're talking about April Fool's. Actually, one of the best April Fool's things. Actually, it's probably worth me finding this because Sty was fucking brutal. Not for like his video or anything like that. Where is it? So, my good friends over at Overwatch Central, Ryan and Miska, both good friends of mine. Let's go over to this. Have done something, you know, they've announced that they have been acquired by Unit Lost and that they're going to be reading patch notes and that now Stylosa Central. And Sty comes in like a fucking missile and annihilates the shit out of them. I decided to diversify into bland, monotone, scripted videos that nobody watches. Acquiring Overwatch Central made sound business sense. Well, shit. My first executive order is to remove Miska from the channel and replace him with an inanimate object to add some much-needed dynamism. This is not what April Fool's means. And it's just fucking brutal. It's just brutal. Jesus Christ, Sty. He went and slayed them. He killed them. Oh, man. Jesus, that was hilarious. It was just like, Sty, please, they're dead, they're done. Right, anyway, fuck it, TRACER, okay. That was how Sty, it's bad, like, that's how Sty is, and when you're, like, if you aren't friends with him, he won't insult you, which is kind of weird, but that's how he is. He's fun to be around, don't worry about it. Hello. Right, TRACER. You might notice also that we're on Temple of Anubis. 2,300 average elo. The guy that we're going to be watching, though, has a plat icon, but I think he's around the average for this one. So we're about 2.5k. Okay, we're about 2.5k. Will you do more than one review? Not tonight. I think this is just going to be one video tonight. But interesting team lineup is going to pop up. We have two duo queues. This is going to cause some interesting dynamics in the team. And yeah, Temple of Anubis. Let's get the show on the road. Let's say bye to Twitch chat. Bye, Twitch chat. Bye now. Oop. There we go. Okay. Actually, go away. Why is this bar showing up? Okay, let's go to this screen. If I exit full screen and enter full screen. No. Why aren't you? Why is the fucking I don't want the bottom bar to be on the fucking frame. Windows. What are you doing? F5. Full screen. No. What the fuck? There. Okay, finally. Oh, god damn. Right. Get some music in. So, important things to note as well. This is recording on Shadowplay, so we're not going to have the players' voice comms and calls on the recording. But we will have his friend, who is German, and will be speaking German. But also, this has a fairly chatty team in it. That some interesting things happen immediately. Okay? Oh no, says Styx, solo queue. It's you two again. And then this duo queue and Styx apparently had played a game before, and it didn't go well. And these guys already start sort of tilting off the face of the earth at each other. And it's just like, what the hell? Before we even touch on that, I do want to comment on what our duo queue is doing, what our friendly neighborhood duo has picked, because to me this is kind of an awkward duo. Okay, we've got Limo Senpai, which is the man we're coaching, and we've got Pudding Man. And they've picked Tracer and May. Now that is, in my mind, a bit of a chalk and cheese awkward arrangement, and the problem with it is this. Is that you've occupied both DPS slots on the team, and you've occupied them with DPS slots that aren't what I would call like meaty, big damage dealers. Tracer does okay DPS, but she has to be quite short range to do it. She can't really afford to stay around in a fight and deal high amounts of damage. She has to rely a lot on evasion. She's running around, dodging left, right, and center. She can't be just shooting things. She'll get killed if she tries to do that. May's kind of the same. She slowly kills things, slowly like freezes them, right clicks, or will occasionally get people with some decent right click spam. Who knows? It could be absolutely amazing. The problem is this though, is that we lack like decent meaty mid-range combat. You know, this is where my Soldier 76 sort of boner comes out again and says like, either of these are Soldier 76, you'll be able to get away with this. The problem is like, if they have a Pharah, GG. And you could say, yeah, sure, we'll swap, but I noticed this on attack and defense that like this combo was picked both times, and it's kind of like, whoa, just be a little bit careful with that combo because it's a bit iffy. It does have some like nice small synergies with it. Mei slows down targets and makes it easy for, well, we like trying to ignore this argument. Mei slows targets down, which makes it easier for Tracer to come in and get a finish. Slower targets are also easier to pulse bomb, of all things. Blizzard also makes it very easy for Tracer to come in, scoop up a lot of kills. We have some good synergy on the team as it forms, though, which is that we ended up with and lock in. No, I think he does it after this. He checks after this. Anyway, there we go. Now we've got our team lined up. We have Lucio, we have Zenyatta. Low healing output team, but this isn't a team that needs necessarily a high healing output. The only thing that really needs it is the Roadhog. Zarya can kind of look after herself. Tracer looks after herself. Mei looks after herself. And Zarya, it's just like Roadhog who can take a little burst. So it's kind of okay to have this low healing output on this team. Having said, I wouldn't call it an ideal team comp for Temple of Anubis attack. I think the Tracer is fine. I think the Mei stands out a little bit. She's not strong on first point at Temple of Anubis. On attack, on defense, she's great. On attack, it's like, what are you trying to wall off? How are you going to get to the enemy team where they don't just smash you into pieces? It's a little bit tricky, but this is 2.5k, where if you have a pocket pick, if you are like the greatest Mei, if your Mei is at a diamond level and you're playing at 2.3k average MMR, you could get away with playing Mei and probably winning the game. You know, at these sort of around the median MMR, around the 50%, I'm generally more okay with these sort of pocket picks coming out. Anyway, we're going to just peek in. One thing I will say, I'm attacking Temple of Anubis. Let's just go back to this. I like to have just a quick look, make sure that I'm just keeping my eye over here. I mean, you want to have a quick look to see if anyone's here, but then I want to check if, like, what is the enemy team lineup running? Because this is your chance to get, like, a quick snippet of information, and you should already be starting to form a plan. So we do get to see they have a Diva, they have a Mercy. I think that's the two we really see. We see a rocket fly by, that's probably a Soldier 76. So Diva, Mercy, Soldier. Okay, they don't have a Reinhardt from what we could tell. They don't have a Roadhog necessarily. Now we can start to see more and more and more. We've got Anna, Farah, Soldier, Mercy in the back. This angle, by the way, is not one I actually really like as Tracer. Most of your team will be pushing this way, and the problem with this angle is that it frames us in a doorway. To get out, we have to use a blink just to get into a space where we're probably going to need to use a blink anyway. If you go this way and this pathway, you actually have a lot of options in terms of you can blink in this way and like come over towards the bridge, or you can go up and over and take this pathway, and then you can even blink across to harass a sniper, or you can jump down and start dealing with damage here, or you can put pressure on the point. You have a ton of options going this route. Well, with this route, you're sort of forcing yourself through two narrow choke points where you end up just sort of being stared at where the enemy team should be looking at you. You can afford to go this route if your team is pushing the other direction just to pull focus around, but what just happened here is kind of the standard that I see when you try and do this kind of thing as Tracer, where you're running into the main pathway that the team is running into. This tends to happen. If you played a lot of Spy in Team Fortress 2, you'll kind of be used to this. You know, you're trying to infiltrate behind enemy lines. You're trying to get somewhere behind them to sort of pull their attention around, and as you're doing it, you just get hit by something, you get found, you get caught, and you just die. We have a big opportunity here, though. When I was watching this, I was like, holy shit. Like, what is this Mercy doing? Because this suddenly, like, it's like, oh, there's blood in the water. Like, this is target numero uno. We should be focusing the shit out of this Mercy. Instead, we sort of back off nervously, and we end up trying to shoot into the Diva. Blink through the Diva, put pressure on Mercy. Mercy can't afford to stay around. She has to dash away. Like we talked about in Coaching the Many Mercy yesterday. The sound is actually very low. Very low. Like we talked about in Coaching the Many Mercy yesterday, once Mercy is pressured, she has to start dashing about left, right, and center and has to really start varying up her positioning. So just in an instance like this, I'd be thinking, well, my team is pretty much all behind me pushing the front line anyway, so most of them should be focused on there. If I dashed and blinked over here and then sort of came in this way, I could probably really put pressure on their Mercy and really make her, force her into a dash, force her maybe into a position where she isn't comfortable. Instead, we just sort of irritate the Diva a little bit, who does get frozen, but we're still just kind of irritating her, and our guns at medium range don't do any damage to the armor. Like, we wouldn't have made a difference there anyway. I don't mind this movement though. While the team fight is happening, we can just move on to the point. We can catch people trying to retreat to the point anyway, and now we can start really putting pressure onto these supports. Easy clean up on the Diva, fine with that, and then we just transition target onto the Mercy. I like this movement onto the point. I do like this movement a lot as Tracer, because it basically forces the enemy team into reacting to your presence. You are forcing them to sort of come into you while your team is also fighting, and it pulls attention around, and it makes it harder for them to work as a team, makes it harder for them to do what they want to do. They're busy thinking, oh, we're nice and safe, turtling up on this high ground, we're pulling back, we're turtling up, we're feeling pretty fucking good, and then suddenly someone's on the point, it's like, oh shit, someone has to go deal with that. Anna runs off to go and like get onto the point. It's a setup for our kills, basically, and then Diva runs that way, and suddenly it all falls apart. We're not doing too badly though. We didn't get much damage output. We have a chance to maybe scoop someone up here. It's a bit unfortunate that Maywall doesn't catch someone. Wouldn't mind... yeah, this blink here, we should be using it. There we go. Just maybe a touch early just to get in a little bit closer, but hey. Don't know their team DCs. Don't worry guys, they don't DC for long. They will be back pretty shortly. Don't blame you for taking this opportunity though to try and secure a quick and easy win. Shooting. Feels good, man. Because there's no pause in competitive. Like, I wish there was a pause in competitive and you could just pause it and wait for the guy to come back. But hey, no can do apparently. Or at least not for now. I don't mind us poking around here. We just want to be a little bit careful, like, when stuff like this happens. All we're trying to do at this point is trying to get our pulse bomb in my mind. Especially because all their targets are like so far away. We have to blink in to get to the targets we really want to fight. So when this soldier comes out here, I'll be thinking, okay, we want to be staking around the corner because the second he turns and faces us, we panic. We're suddenly scared. We have to use our one recall, which is going to be down now for a good 10 seconds. And now we're not going to have it available for a little while. Blizzard comes out though, really catches them out. Sights comes out. That's a little bit scary. Would be nice if we have recall. Right now we don't. One thing I will comment on when I saw this, when they have a res, and especially when there's like a May Blizzard and a wall up, even though Sights is going off, we probably should be trying to cling to where this Mercy's going. You know, you can see she's facing this way. We know what she's probably planning to do. She's probably planning to nuzzle up this way, wait for the wall to go down, and then retreat back that way. So if we just stay pretty much where we are, we could probably set ourselves up to catch her with an easy pulse bomb. Rather than doing what we end up doing, which is sort of doing a what 360, blinking backwards and getting killed by Sights. I would have been fine with trading with the Mercy. We could have also conceivably just ducked away and hidden. That would have also been alright, but I think then the fallout might have been a problem. I don't know, when I see a Mercy like that, to me it's a golden opportunity to just get the big killer. You get the bomb on, then you just run away and hide. We made a decision. Not trickling in. Not doing anything silly. Okay, we've got Pulse Bomb. One thing I would say is we definitely want to be coordinating with the Zarya. We have a huge combo available, and it's one thing that I'm going to be talking about a lot through this, is we really should be linking up. Like, there are certain wombo combos. Zarya is one of those heroes where if you aren't linking up with the Zarya, you are hampering yourself, because Pulse Bomb Zarya is such a powerful combo, and it's really easy to do. Even with a Diva on the enemy team, it's not that hard to get in. So it's an easy way to get instant value, so we definitely should be making sure that Zarya is aware of our plans with Pulse Bomb. We should be saving the Pulse Bomb if Zarya has Graviton available, which she might. It's okay, we've been scouted, there's a health pack, we should probably go and pick it up. Costs us no time at all, we're sitting on 3 blinks, let's just go get full health, pick up the health pack further back in this cave before pushing in. 25 hit points can make all the difference. She's just Guardian Angel. She actually have an opportunity here to Pulse Bomb, but I'm fine waiting for the Karav because we know it's coming. Ideally, we know it's coming. Easy triple kill. Easiest triple kill in the world. Like, you see how... Like, this isn't even hard to do. This isn't even hard to do, but it's so, so important. It's just an instant win. Once that combo lands. Like, Diva Bomb comes in, doesn't catch anyone because there's no other pressure on the point. It's just Soldier 76 running around. We should be trying to make sure we're keeping track of that, helping on the cleanup. It feels like we're just sort of running around after this. Like, the bomb goes off and then we come back out. We should be hunting this soldier down a little bit aggressively. We take some damage and we seem to just panic when we have 2 healers on the point. One of them's a Lucio. Otherwise, now we're doing what we need to be doing, helping clean up. Good. Let's hunt down this Farah. Easy. No problems there. Stay on the Mercy, ideally. We can hunt her down. We're fighting at medium range. We shouldn't really be fighting at medium range. Mercy's now dead. We should be looking to get closer to one of the 2 sides so we can leverage a high short range DPS. Tracer's drop off is quite aggressive. So make sure you're positioning yourself accordingly where you can just make the most use of that short range. Now we're starting to do it properly. Let's get rid of that. That's gone off again, and unfortunately He cleans up, and Mercy gets the most value res on the planet. Roadhog stuck out on his own. Feels bad, man. There's some German.
Anyone listening to me?
And we also have July G on the Zarya.
Yeah.
I think.
Not Anna.
So what they're calling for now, and it's actually kind of an interesting thing to me. What July is calling for is a change of the healers. I'm gonna have a slap coffee because I need some coffee. Ooh, nice coffee. So what she's talking about is swapping one of the 2 low hit point healers. I don't honestly see that as the biggest problem right now. I see it more of finishing DPS and just like high damage output. Like, you notice it just took a long time to finish people off after the fight was done. People were just running onto the point, contesting it, reinforcements coming in. There's just a lack of that big bursty DPS to really get the kills in. Anna could conceivably help a lot with that. They're not running a Reinhardt on the enemy team, I think, in the moment. So like Anna could just have the freest time in the world getting anti-heal grenades out. Well, honestly, I'm okay with it. We should probably be looking to just get this pulse bomb or something, especially as the team's pushing in. Like, we have a good opportunity here. I would just be looking to put a bomb on this or this. Like, either of these 2 supports, 1 kill for a pulse bomb is a-okay. It might be a confidence thing. It might be a case of, like, I'm not confident enough to just throw a pulse bomb. But in an instance like this, where we're poking out, and it's like she's running towards us, if we just sort of aim, if we put our crosshair, move it over a bit and put it about here, I'd say you're probably going to catch this Anna. We probably want to do it while running forward as well, but that's where I'd kind of put it. Just to get the Anna who's already committed to a jump where you don't have much air control in Overwatch, so we know she's going to land about here. Lo and behold, she's right in front of us. That would have been an easy stick. Getting rid of the Anna would have been absolutely huge because they lose a lot of healing. And good value there. We know that Zarya won't have Graviton Surge available because Graviton takes a lot longer to build up. This is good damage on the Mercy. We should definitely stay on that. Bit early on the old recall. This is where like knowing hero damage ranges is not a bad idea. Again, Mercy sort of put herself in a choke point in a small area where if we just blink in and throw the bomb here, we could probably still get her. And then we could just recall out afterwards. The thing that occurs to me here is that like Diva is the only person shooting us, so Diva is not going to be able to kill us very quickly, so we can conceivably change that, keep that recall for a couple of seconds longer. Good kill though. We do get the Mercy eventually. We're still holding onto this pulse bomb a little bit too long in my mind, but you know, we could find something high value with it. Pulse bomb is a very fast ultimate to build up as well, so that's why I'm not afraid to use it kind of aggressively. You're usually only looking for, without a wombo combo, 1 kill, and it's your way of eliminating someone immediately from the fight. It's your form of burst damage. Good for blowing up a tank in 1 blow, but it's also excellent at getting rid of support when you get used to landing those sticks. And I have talked a lot about landing sticks in previous Coaching the Many, so I'm not going to go into it too much right now. You notice that it's not really, it doesn't feel like healing's a problem. Like, people aren't dying because they're getting out DPS. It's just like their team just isn't dying. They're getting back on the point, contesting. Mercy's being slow to die. She finally goes down. Farah's come back in. She's barraging. It's not a lack of healing. It's a lack of damage. And this is sort of the reckoning, if you will, of the TRACER Mei combo, where our DPS output isn't as solid as it would be if we had something like a Soldier 76, if we had something like a Dragon Blade to just mop up, if we had something to really just come in and just give that wallop to really finish up and round up a team fight. The only real big burst damage we have is Pulse Bomb and with a Graviton linking up to it. Just dueling the Tracer a little bit. It's got to be careful in Tracer versus Tracer duels. It's all about who times out the recall. We'll talk more about that later, though. There's a good opportunity to talk about it that I'm aware of. It's putting a little bit of pressure on. We can definitely just keep burning this area, make her a bit uncomfortable. Zenyatta wants to be a little bit careful. Poor Mei has to use her ice block. This feels very discordant. Like, half the team's pushed in, half the team hasn't. Zenyatta's just dead now. Pulse Bomb comes out. And now this is like everyone's just kind of doing their own independent thing. But you notice that they have, like, the pharmacy. What's killing this pharmacy?
Okay, guys. Let's just wait and then group and push, please.
On the bright side in that push, we did manage to build up a good, like, 90%. Like, we built up about 65% ultimate charge or something ridiculous. Like, this is how powerful pulse bomb is in terms of how much you can use it, how free it is to use, and how much you can regenerate it. It's not a resource that you hold on to for the perfect moment. It's a resource you use pretty aggressively during fights, unless you have Graviton, which is going to be what's available now. This is a perfect opportunity. It's just a shame that May dies. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit, because, yeah, it was the perfect opportunity, but unfortunately the Diva Bomb gets 2 people. And then Zarya throws away something rather important. And so, in this push, is anyone else lagging, or is it just you? It's probably just you. It's all clear on my end. I will actually mention that this is in 6 kbps right now, so it's 6 megabits, technically, I think it is, but 6 megabytes. Download coming into you, so if you can't take that kind of download, feel free to turn down the quality. Anyway, talking about this push. So the big thing that goes wrong is, like, Diva throws a pulse bomb into a push to sort of counter the aggression. This should have never gotten value, but I think what she did was what I call the field goal shot, where on Temple of Anubis, if you are standing, pretty much, yeah, she's pretty much in the right spot for it. If you're standing about where she is and you launch the bomb up and over the, like, over the struts, over the bar, it will actually go up and over, and it will land pretty much where we're stood right now. So if you see a Diva do this from this position, she is probably launching this self-destruct up and over and landing it right where we're standing. It's a good idea to keep this in mind so that we can just run in and run forward. The safest thing to do at this instance is to actually push in, basically. Not to hide around these 2 corners, because the bomb will land and it will get the 2 kills, which is what I imagine happened here to the 2 people that end up dying to it. The distance is just enough to land outside, and then it catches both supports. Then feels bad, man. I'm sure the second the Zarya pressed Q, she realized, oh shit, I've done fucked up. That's a pretty big loss. Okay, a little bit of coffee. There we go. We have a Reinhardt now and a Diva instead of a Lucio. Team is falling apart at this point, I think, slightly. Like, they have a pharmacy, guys. I want to emphasize this point. They have pharmacy. The Diva's a great pick, and honestly, the Reinhardt I'm okay-ish with too, especially because I guess this person swapped into Mercy to go for the old triple support. Maybe, I guess. I completely missed that, but Jesus Christ. Welcome to gold. But even this team lineup is just like, what's dealing with like this? This is going to just rail you if you're not careful. We're basically relying on Pharah to come too low and make a mistake. Luckily, the Diva will block a lot of our damage output. But we're now freed up to use our bomb as we wish. We could probably be poking it from the left side. If we're going to do a dive like this, we definitely want to be doing a pulse bomb at the end of it, because all we're doing when we do a dash like this is we've just committed all of our evasion resources. So I don't know how well it comes across on the stream. It's not that clear on the video. But we have 0 of our 3 blinks. We have nothing left. And that makes us very, very, very sad. This is our sad, sad face here. We're just the fucking Mopius. Actually, let's like make it full Tracer. She's got like a spiky hair. Like this is Tracer right now, because she has no more evasion. We have 150 hit points. All it takes is 2 of them to turn around and just completely nail us. We could just die to this. So if you're doing something like this, you've really got to go big with it and just make sure that, you know, they're all clustered up. If you put a pulse bomb into the middle of that, there's a good chance that you might be able to get someone, maybe 2 people. But if you're committing this many resources, it's just not a good angle. Like, if you have to use this much to get in, it's not worth doing. We should be going around and coming in from this side and just making sure that we're in communication with the team, or just our friend, the Reinhardt player, who's telling us, okay, team's pushing in, now we can start putting in more and more pressure and just have a better attack angle. Because all we end up doing is we have to just run away, and then we just have to wait and hope, basically.
Oh my god, TRACER.
We throw an okayish bomb. They just use ults on everyone just pushing in.
So sad, ne?
Down everything goes. Feels bad, man. I can't imagine Tracer being sad. I can imagine Tracer being sad. Round 1 complete. I can understand there was probably a bit of desperation there as well, because we were probably nearing overtime. But really, we could have, like, I don't understand why we've come back in this way, to sort of help with the main push when Tracer isn't, like, we're playing Soldier 76 basically when we're stood here. We're not playing Tracer. We were perfectly fine where we were, and then pushing in, and we would still be able to stall properly for time. We might even come in from a blind angle and get a better bomb off, which would have been really good. But yeah, I can imagine Tracer being sad, guys. I can imagine Tracer being very sad. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm doing right now. Alive, animated short. There we go. Overwatch alive. I mean, I've done this countless. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, right?
Why? Why would you do this?
Look at that face. Look at that face. That's Tracer after doing the fucking 3 blinks into frontline attack. Anyway. Yeah, so Tracer definitely can be sad. She cried like a bitch when Mondata died. Sorry. Just an excuse to see Widow, in my opinion. Oh, you know me so well. One of the better animated shorts, it remains my favourite. Right. What do we learn from this first half? Pharmacy, really fucking good against Tracer. There's not much we can really do about it. Fuck you, Sticks, apparently. So, teams